Two-time U.S. Open 9-ball champion. Dynamite, Darren, Appleton.
I came from the mud.
Looks good. Looks good. It is good.
The most important one was winning the World 10-ball championship because it's everyone's dream to be world champion.
Couldn't go into the edge of this.
I'm a grinder, fighter, play with a lot of emotion, a lot of art.
Hello guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to go over the skill shot playing 8-ball. It's one of the most important shots, especially playing 8-ball. I've had quite a few requests to show me which is the best way to execute it and how not to do it. I've seen quite a lot of videos out there, people showing the skill shot, some pretty decent videos and some not so good. So the knowledge I've gained over the years, and with it being a really important part of the game, I'm going to go over it, show you what I think is the best way to play the skill shot and what not to do, and we'll do some demonstrations. Right then guys, so let's get straight into it. So the skill shot is a very important part of playing at 8-ball. You also can have like the turnover shot, but in this situation here, and a lot of situations where you're playing or myself, you'd like to met both balls. So I'm going to show you the best way to play the skill shot. But first of all, a few of you was asking me how to play a skill shot when the balls are so close together like this. And the problem is here is that I see a lot of you amateurs playing it like this, thinking that you've got to get the cue ball out the way. And the problem with that is that because the object ball's so close to the ball over the pocket, it's never going to follow in. Playing it with like a punch shot or follow. Let's play a punch shot just like that. So you're never going to make it playing it that way. So the only way to really make it when you're so close to the object ball, in this case we want to make the 11 and the 1 ball in the same shot. Because the problem is if you slow roll it, I'll just do a quick demonstration. If you slow roll it like this, usually that happens. And I've seen that quite a lot at amateur level. Obviously you don't want to do that. So when you're close to the object ball like this, the best way to really play this shot is to play a draw shot. So you've got to draw it quite hard, and this what will happen, as you can see there. Because what happens there is that when the cue ball, it's the 1 ball, obviously you're going to make the 11, the 1 ball's got nowhere to go. So what's happening is that the 1 ball stops there, but the cue ball is going to push forward like that before it starts coming back. So that then pushes the 1 into the pocket. So that's the best way to play the skill shot if the balls are more or less frozen or very close together over the pocket. Right, so I've just showed you which is the best way to play the skill shot when the ball's more or less frozen or very close to the object ball. So let's go to when you've got a little bit of distance between the 2 balls. So obviously now with the object, with the 1 ball not being there, the cue ball can't really help it. And the problem I see with a lot of you is that when you're playing this shot, amateur level, is that a lot of you are trying to hit it too hard, thinking it's going to force the 1 ball into the pocket also. So this is the wrong way to play it. Because, like I said, unless you hit that 11 ball perfect, you're just not going to make it. It is doable, don't get me wrong, but the percentages are against you. So the right way to play the shot, and all you're doing there is stopping the cue ball there. So the best way to play this shot is play nice and low on the cue ball and hit it really soft and really easy. Because what happens is that you've got control of what you're doing. And as soon as the 1 ball hits the object ball, the 11 in this case, it will go forward. And the good thing with this shot is that even if you don't hit the 11 perfect, just like that, you still make the 1 ball. And you should be making that shot really 99% of the time, especially if you're straight in, just like that. So that's my best advice to play the skill shot when you've got that distance between the balls and you're straighting. So let's go to the next one, where I see a lot of you trying to play this with a power draw also. So the power draw here is more or less the same as the punch shot. It's very difficult shot, and especially if the object ball is not really deep in the pocket. So you really need to be deep in the pocket, and you've got to hit this one ball absolutely perfect on the nose of that 11, and you've got to execute it really good also. So make sure you put a good execution on it, because if you don't, the chances of making it are pretty slim. We'll try one more of those. So if I was in a situation in a match here and I needed to get the cue ball up table, I'd probably look elsewhere, but also I'd probably look at maybe just playing the turnover shot, playing the 1 onto 11, depending where the balls are, or yeah, just look for something a little bit different, or even just make both balls, and then you might leave yourself a tougher shot for the next one, or you might be able to play safe, something like that. But if you've no choice and you haven't got to power draw this ball in, then again, you've got to execute it perfect and put a really good stroke on it, just like that. So yeah, so just remember that if you got to power draw the ball, maybe look at alternate shots first. If not, then like I said, you've got to execute this one absolutely perfect. So let's go to just playing with follow, where the problem with playing with follow, you've got to make sure you get your speed right. But it is my preferred way to play the skill shot, really, especially if I've got an angle on the ball. So if you just follow the ball, a little bit like the soft draw, you have a little bit of room for error. So what I mean, again, is that if I don't hit the 11 ball perfect, the 1 ball should still go in, because it just got the momentum straight away as soon as it hits the 11. Just like that. So if you haven't got anything to do with a cue ball, or you just need to run it through just a little bit, just like I did there, then that is the best way to play it, because I have seen some of you try and play the punch run through, and that's a little bit like the punch shot or the power draw. As you can see, if you don't hit it perfect, you're not going to make it. So just keep everything nice and simple, and if you do that, you'll be okay. So like when you just got to stop the cue ball, remember to just play that soft little draw. And if you just got to go through with the cue ball just a little bit, then just slow roll it in. And if you do that, you're going to make a hell of a lot more skill shots. Right, so a lot of you be thinking, what about if you got an angle on the ball? So when you got an angle on the ball like this, obviously it's a little bit more difficult. So like we said before, when you're straight in or close to straight in, playing that big punch shot or that big punch run through or that big power draw, the chances of making both balls are definitely against you, compared to when you're straight in playing that soft little draw or that slow roll through. Then obviously you're going to make the ball a hell of a lot more times than you don't. So yeah, so the same applies for when you've got a little cut on the ball like this, but playing the punch or the power draw when you've got an angle like this, I mean, the chances of making it are even slimmer than when you're straight in. So the only 2 ways to play this shot is to play that soft little draw or play with follow. My preferred way to play the skill shot when I've got a little angle like this is to play with follow. But firstly, we'll play the soft little draw. And what I do here, the last thing I want to do is hit the 11 ball on the left hand side, because the 1 ball is going to go straight to that long rail there. So I'll make sure that I hit the 11 in the middle or just fractionally to the right of it. So a soft little draw, and just focus on not undercutting the 1. And if you do that, it'll help you make the shot, because I do see a lot of players miss this shot, and when they do miss it, it's usually to the left hand side as the 11 ball as I look. So I just make sure that I don't undercut the ball. And if you do that, you'll make these shots also a hell of a lot more times than you don't. But like I said, my preferred way to play this shot is with follow, and the same applies again. Just make sure that I don't hit the 11 on the left hand side, I just feel like for me personally, I've got control of what I'm doing and I can control my execution better by just playing that slow roll. And as you could see there, it hit perfect. Hit the 11 ball exactly where I wanted it to. So I'll play one more. Right, so slightly overcut that one. But when you've got an angle on the ball, obviously it's never guaranteed. But it's something you just got to practice and you got to trust. Yeah, just like that, slightly overcut it and still made the one ball. So even though I missed one out of the three, it's still my preferred way to play the skill shot when you've got that angle on the ball. And when I'm straight in, then it just depends what I've got to do with a cue ball. If I've got to just bring it back a little bit or just stop it dead, then obviously play the soft draw. If you just want to go forward with a cue ball, just roll the ball in. So yeah, that's my best advice for playing the skill shots, but also don't forget that sometimes passing over the shot, the loss of turn shot in 8-ball can be in your favour also, and that really gets overlooked a lot playing 8-ball, and I see a lot of you guys make that mistake. So yeah, that's the best advice I've got for you with a skill shot playing 8-ball. Hope it helps you. Please subscribe to my channel. Any donations to my channel would be much appreciated, and I'll keep putting the videos out there for you. I hope you enjoy them, and we'll see you next time.